Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial on creating an Oracle RAC 19C cluster. This is going to be a three-part series in which part 1 we'll cover the prerequisites, that is the OS, network, and packages required for both nodes. In part 2, we'll walk through the grid infrastructure installation on RHEL 8.10 and setting up the cluster. And in part 3, we'll install the database software and create our database. So here's the infrastructure we'll be deploying. That's two nodes, that's node 1 and node 2. Each node will have a public IP, a private IP for cluster communication, and a virtual IP. We'll also require 3 available IPs in the same subnet as the public IPs to configure the scan listener for load balancing, a virtual machine for ASM storage, and these nodes would be running RHEL 8.10. So before we proceed, you will need a Red Hat developer subscription to register both nodes with the RHEL subscription manager. Without this, you won't be able to run the yum install to get the required packages. You can sign up for free at developers.redhat.com. For the software requirements, we'll require the RHEL 8.10 64-bit DVD ISO that will be available at redhat.com. The Oracle database software, the grid software, and the minimum grid infrastructure release update patch as per Oracle documentation is 19.7, but we will proceed with patch 19.24, which was released in July of 2024. For our hardware requirements, our VMs will require 8 GB of RAM minimum and 50 GB of storage. We'll go ahead and create our virtual machines now. So let's create a new virtual machine. Next, and we'll install the operating system later. Our guest operating system will be Linux and version would be Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8 64-bit. Next, let's give it a name. So that would be MUMDC node 1, and let me change its location. Next, I will give it a disk space of 50 GB. Next, customize the hardware. Give it 8 GB of RAM, 2 CPUs. Change the network adapter to bridge so it's directly connected to the physical network. Let's add another network adapter and change that to bridge as well. Let's click on finish. Let's edit the virtual machine settings once again and go into the options tab, advanced, and change the firmware type to UEFI. And yes, we also have to add the ISO. So let's go ahead and browse for the ISO. That's RHEL 8.10. Okay. Let's power on the virtual machine. Okay, so let's select our language would be English. Continue. Let's configure our partitions. So we'll select custom, done. Let's select standard partitioning and create a swap of 8 GB. Let's add the mount point. Let's create an EFI partition. So that would be 128 MB for the boot partition. And the rest we'll give it to the mount point and change its file system to EX4 in my case. Hit done. Accept the changes and let's move on to KDUM. We don't really require KDUM. Our network and host name, so we will switch on our network adapters. Change the host name to MUMDC node 1.homelab.com. Let's apply it. Let's configure our network adapter. Go to the general tab, connect automatically with priority 0. Go to IPv4, change the method to manual. Let's add an IP address. So that's 192.168.1.110. Subnet mask would be 24. Gateway would be my router 192.168.1.11. And our DNS server would be the DNS server that we created. So that would be 192.168.1.100. Let's save the configuration. Let's go ahead and configure our second network adapter. So that would be general, connect automatically with priority 1. Let's go to IPv4, change it to manual. Let's add an IP address. So that would be 192.168.10.110. Subnet mask would be 24. Our gateway would be 192.168.1.11. And our DNS would be 192.168.1.100. Let's save. Click on done. Let's select a time zone, would be Asia since I'm located in Mumbai. So that's done. Let's go ahead and select the software selection. So our base environment would be server, and let's go and select file and storage server, debugging tools, and we'll select development tools as well. Click on done. Give it a root, a password. Click on done. And let's create a user. So that would be master. And done. So we can proceed with the installation now. Let me just cross check if everything is good to go. Yes, so let's begin the installation. So in the meantime, I'm going to create the other two VMs. So one would be for the second node, and the third would be for the shared storage. That would be for our ASM drives. So let me go ahead and create the virtual machines. So our VMs have now been created, and that wraps up part 1 of this series. If you have found this guide helpful, do subscribe to the channel. I will have everything linked in the video description. And thank you all for watching.